All right, CSS battle time, and we have a circle with bars. All right, I am out in my shop today. It's actually just my garage, but I use it as a shop. I had a workshop this morning with Torque. It was kind of cool about Apollo GraphQL and their MCP server. It was a little bit of a whirlwind, but very enlightening. How are we going to do the CSS battle? Let's focus on this right now. Let's see. So, I mean, whenever I see this, I mean, it looks centered. I'm thinking radial gradient, you know. Yeah, 200 is the middle of it there, and ooh, not quite. Is it not centered here? Center of the circle doesn't look like 150. All right, we'll see. Let's just, you know what? Let's just start. I do feel like the best option for that is a radial gradient. I don't want to do border for this because this bar is narrower than that one. It might still work. Maybe I do a border top. Ooh. Maybe we do a border top. That'd be kind of cool because the HTML could be narrower and the body, that could be its top just shoved way down. So, but we'd be seeing, no, I just put the radial gradient on the HTML. Like if there's a way to change the position of the radial gradient, I could probably just change the inner circle. Let's get our background going, see what it looks like, and then explore that. All right. Nope, I don't want that color just yet. Let's get a radial gradient down. 1Q is our shorthand instead of writing circle, because the default for radial gradient is not a circle. It'll actually kind of mirror the size and shape of your element. So yeah, keep that in mind. All right, we're gonna go 50 pixels to start as the radius, and then we go to the white color, and we have to do 0, and let's say 90 pixels, and then we go back to that color. All right. Now normally, if you want the sharp edge without, if you write circle, you have to put a 0 here. I haven't said that in a long while, but with the 1Q, for some reason, you don't have to, and I'm not going to question it. Okay, so it's absolutely not centered. That's okay. If I'm doing a border top, let's get that into place. We won't need it. 40. Whoa. Was really off on my key placement here. Get the red color. All right, let's margin it down. 50. Yep. And 70. There we go. Foxed. Foxed does not work as a keyword. Okay, there we go. So we'll just change the position, shove it up, and that'll work. Yeah. 50% works, and then 50 pixels. Nope. Puts it way up there. Oh, because it's fixed. Hey, I like it. It worked. But it's fixed, so it's bleeding through. All right. Let's take I think space might be the better one here. No, it won't, because then it's just the size of the element. Okay. All right. Nice. The positioning doesn't work now because I took the fixed off. All right. Right now it's bubbling up to the canvas element, and because of that, the size of the actual HTML element is determining the repeat of the gradient on the canvas element. So because I've shrunk the HTML down, we are getting this behavior. If I take the margin off, we no longer have that. And is it in the right position? Not quite. 30, 31. That seems about right. Okay, so let's think about this. That circle shape, getting it in one go here is kind of worth the cost of maybe adding an extra element. The border top could be on a body and then a paragraph tag, and it'll still work with the same principles involved. We just won't have, yeah, that'll actually work. That'll work. I think what I'll do is I will do that. We'll have some weird margin values, but it'll be okay because we won't have to have units. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a star selector. Let's get rid of that extra thing. There's our body margin. And everything's in place still, right? Oh, no, we shouldn't be getting that background on the... Oh, it's off because of the border not being factored into the size of the HTML now. So yeah, that's why 40% is back to being the right value. That looks a lot better. I'm happy with that. And we can leave it that way. Okay. My original idea of using the same background on the body as well, but just having to hide the gradient, that's not even going to be a factor anymore. So I think this will be a lot easier. So let's do some top margin. Is it going to still be 50? It's still 50 and 70. Okay. And then we're going to select a paragraph tag. This should come together, I think, quickly. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that sort of thing out loud. Like, what a silly thing to say. All right. So I'm actually going to do a 0 here. Or do I need to? No, this will bubble. This will overflow, and it won't matter that it overflows. It shouldn't matter that it overflows because the background's only on the HTML, so nothing should shift around like it usually does when overflow happens. So let's do our margin. We're going to go 50, 80, yeah, 100, 0. It moved. Okay, because now we're overflowing the HTML. Let's throw a 0 on it. There we go. There we go. Okay. So 120, and then we're going to go 20. No, negative 20. Okay, so that's what it's because I had bottom margin on it too, is shoving the HTML element down, and that's what was pulling the background down. Now, it is still peaking up above the body there. That is unfortunate. I could throw an outline on. That would cover it. I could do a box shadow. I mean, there's always overflow hidden. No, I don't think that'll actually work. I think that'll hide too much. It doesn't hide anything. It's not overflowing. It's just there. Because it's not contained within. That would work on children, not the parent. Of course. Think it through before you do it, right? Just trying to think if there's a better option than writing an outline. Because the outline would be... Ooh, I think the outline on the body would clip this as well. You can do outline offset, but that's just way too many characters. So a box shadow, I can control it up and do the blue color and it'll hide it, but... Okay. The way I need to do this, I know how to do this. I know how to do this. And it's not by positioning it entirely this way. 100 pixels, 50, 40, 30. Okay. See what? That's what I had to do. So get the shape, move it down. And that looks... Dude. No hands. No, there were hands. But getting it just with guesses. And then hit the diff and it's spot on. I don't know. Maybe I've done this a couple of times. Let's hit submit. Let's see if there's any issues. And then we'll go back to, let's just see if we can save a couple of characters. All right, we're in good shape. We are in good shape. Let's take that off. I think we absolutely have to have this last 0. We don't, because I'm doing the whole positioning thing here now this way. Oh, and it's not a percentage. So glad I checked that. Okay. Stuff to keep in mind. Like, I didn't think of that when I was doing it, you know? All right. We can just do 5ch for 40. That's always handy. And then 90 pixels, what will that be? It's divisible by 15, and that's 6 times. So it'd be 30 VH. It doesn't help me. You have to get over 3, either the first one, which is 15, is where you save characters using VH units, or once it's over 3 digits. That's when it starts to save again. 90 pixels. I guess I could try using Q, but on radial gradients, you're playing with fire at that point. 95. Let's test it. We're okay. Let's try 95 here, and the rest of this is just going to be testing these things. I mean, skip ahead to the end and just see what worked, what didn't, if you're looking to expand on this solution. Yeah, that did not work. I'm not surprised that that color stop needs to be exact. And there's probably a better change for that. 53Q. This one's hit or miss. Sometimes that'll take it for the 50. Sometimes it won't. Same on the 30. 161. Okay, 30 pixels. Can that be a percentage? 10%. 12. 8. I mean, that looks close, but that looks as close as one of the Q units, and that didn't work. No, that didn't work. Okay, let's try Q. 32Q. Looks pretty good, you know? Hey, it worked. All right. I think that's it. That's the solution that I have, and I like it. 151. Oh, not under 150 characters. I guess 120 vertically. What would that be in percentage? Well, I already can get rid of the space, so it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Don't change it. Okay. That's it. That was fun. Thank you for joining me for this one, and I will catch you later.